that we're going to be doing from here on out. But I'm very excited to share with everyone this, what should I call this? I don't know if I should call it an opportunity, but it's a game changer in the industry. It's life-changing so far. It's just been out for a couple of months and we've had huge success. A lot of people have already had huge success with this program. And so I'm super excited to share with you a company called RYZE. So I was introduced to RYZE a while back, and this is a company that has come and launched on the NASGO Blockchain platform. There's so many companies that have launched on this platform, but this one is one very special company. After I looked at what they had to offer, I thought, wow, this is something that everyone can take part in, everyone can be excited about, and everyone can profit from. So again, I'm super excited to share with you tonight. And then after I go through this presentation, I'm really looking forward to introducing you to a few key leaders, some people that have been a part of this program just in the last probably 60 to 70 days that this is launched. And I want them to kind of share their story. I'll kind of interview them a little bit and let everyone on here get to hear from these people that have been involved with the program just for a couple of months and let them tell you their story about how it's been such a fun, exciting thing for them as well. So we'll do that after I go through a quick little presentation, and then at the very end, stick around, because at the very end, I got something else that I want to share with you. I think it's very exciting. So if you stick around, you'll get to hear a little something extra. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into this program. Thank you. First off, I want to say thank you to everyone. I know everyone is super busy in their lives, so I want to personally thank each and every one of you for taking time out to hop on this. And we're going to try to keep this at about 1 hour, because I know everyone is super busy with their lives. So I'm going to go through the presentation. We'll interview a few people, and then I'll have some announcements at the end of the webinar, the end of the Zoom meeting. So thank you again for hopping on tonight. So what am I here to share with you? I'm here to share with you a company called RYZE. Well, what is RYZE? Well, RYZE is to me, I've never seen anything like this before. So I'm going to say that I think it's the first ever of its kind smart futures trading platform. Now, some of you may be familiar with futures, some of you may not. It doesn't matter. After I go through this, I think everyone will be familiar. Everyone should understand it and why they probably want to take part in this program, because again, everyone can take part in this program. This is something for the masses. And that's what, after I saw this, I thought, wow, this can really change a lot of people's lives, really help them. So that's why I wanted to be a part of it. And that's why I wanted to hop on here tonight and share with you this exciting program called RYZE. And that's RYZE, RYZE. And again, it's a smart futures trading platform. And I'm going to get into that right now. So let me just go ahead and share my screen with everyone. Give me just 1 second. So here we go. Okay. I think everyone can see my screen. If you I'm sure some people will let me know if they can't, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into the program. So RYZE, again, it's a smart futures trading platform. And so I am, again, David Warden. I am the Global Platform Officer for RYZE. So I will be sharing this platform globally. Again, I hope to meet each and every one of you one of these days. So I want to go over just the history of futures. Again, some of you may be familiar with futures. Some of you may have traded futures, commodities. Some of you may not. Doesn't matter. Hopefully by the end of this, if I've done my job correctly, you will understand what commodities and futures are, and you'll probably want to take part in this program. You'll be very excited about it once you hear this. So, you know, futures trading has been around for a very long time, since the primitive times. And so it's kind of in the form of the barter system. If anybody's ever heard of the barter system or barter trade. So it's kind of known as a commodities exchange. So for example, back in the day, a long time ago, people would exchange 1 cow for maybe 3 sheep. And so that was kind of the barter system. People didn't pay with money back then, so they exchanged one good for another. So the world's first futures transaction actually originated in Japan in the 17th century, so a long time ago. So futures have been around, and so RYZE was the first futures traded contract. And so futures commodities are daily necessities. It's things that the masses use every single day. So it's used by mankind in large quantities, such as rice and wheat and sugar, corn, cotton, crude oil, precious metals, gold, silver, things like that. So those are all traded in contract form in modern times. So futures have in the common that they take, the thing with futures is it takes time, or commodities take time to be harvested. So farming and mining activities have to start early due to the constant future demands of the marketplace. So farmers and miners and ranchers, they all want to get these crops produced quickly, because they're not going to profit until they can get these goods to the marketplace. So if you can see this photo here, these are 9 of the world's most traded commodities. I already went over this: crude oil, coffee. I'm sure most of you have used one, if not all, of these commodities. So a little bit about what are futures. I kind of went over that, exactly how long they've been around. But again, unless there is a plague or a war that greatly reduces the world's population, the demand for all of these commodities is probably ever increasing. It's for sure going to at least be stable, but it's probably ever increasing as the population increases. So modern futures derivatives were designed to maintain the steady supply of the necessities and maintain price stability, which prevents inflation, causing the livelihood of society to be greatly affected. So, for example, mad cow disease long time ago, or maybe a major natural catastrophe, maybe a typhoon or an earthquake or major flooding somewhere in the world, that can affect the price of meats and vegetables. They usually go higher after a natural catastrophe like that. So in the futures market, actual goods are contracted in the form of standard quantities and maturity dates. So the buyers can exchange physical goods from the seller once the contract has expired. And I'll explain a little bit more about contracts, short maturity dates, and all that here in just a minute. And so its main intention for trading commodities is to hedge against the fluctuation of the prices of these commodities, because you don't want the prices spiking up. So that's why they do these futures trading. So where does RYZE come into this whole program? Well, I'll explain that to you. Glad you asked. So the relationship between the manufacturers, which are the farmers, the ranchers, the miners, and the wholesalers and customers. Let's talk about that. So what is RYZE's relationship with the manufacturer and the wholesaler? Well, so if you look at manufacturers, like I said earlier, are the farmers and the miners. And they need funding to start farming and mining for the future orders. So if you think about how long it takes for a crop to grow, those growth cycle constraints, they're only able to profit after the goods are delivered. So they have to bear all the startup costs before these crops are harvested. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm trying to talk slow enough to so everyone can. And if you're just joining, if you don't mind, mute yourself. We can hear some background noise. So if you're just joining, please mute yourself, either your phone or your computer. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get back to, okay. Now, let's talk about the wholesalers. So in the wholesaler situation, it's kind of the same thing. Their funds are tied up in future goods. So the wholesalers can't be profitable until the goods are delivered. So that increases capital turnover pressure. And so the wholesalers, just like the manufacturers, the farmers and the miners, they have to bear all of the operating costs before the goods can be delivered. So this is where RYZE comes in. RYZE is the ultimate solution to futures trading. So it's kind of a third party, if you will, and they resolve the funding problems that the manufacturers and the wholesalers are facing. So if you think about traditional commodities, futures trading, like here in the US, for example, it typically takes a person to be able to buy a commodity or trade a futures contract is about $5,000 or above. And so not a lot of people can afford that and can participate in it. But with the RYZE trading platform, it's more affordable, and everything is done with tokens. It's done with RYZE tokens. We're not using fiat here. We're not using US dollars or RMB or yen or pounds or euros or Swiss francs. It's all done with tokens, with RYZE tokens. And so a person can use 1,000 RYZE tokens, which a lot of people on here are familiar with the NSG token. So it's equivalent. It's 1-to-1. One NSG token exchanged for one RYZE token. So if you had 1,000 NSG, you could exchange those 1,000 NSG tokens for 1,000 RYZE tokens, and you could participate in the RYZE Smart Futures trading platform. So RYZE uses a smart futures bot, and it will search for suitable futures contracts in the market. And it will purchase those contracts just with an expiration date within days, just short maturity dates. And then they'll swap those contracts with the wholesalers at a 1% higher price than what you purchased the contract for. So if you used 1,000 RYZE tokens to purchase your contract, then the wholesaler buys it at 1% higher. You will receive 1,010 RYZE tokens minus a transaction fee, a 1 RYZE token transaction fee on the buy side and a 1 RYZE transaction fee on the sell side. So how does RYZE solve the problem of these three parties? Well, again, the manufacturers, as more people can participate, the agriculture and mining industry can get funding for planting more crops, for buying more land, and develop all of that in a much shorter time. So then they can profit faster and quicker. So that's solving the problem for the manufacturers, the farmers, and the miners. Now the wholesalers, kind of the same thing. They can deliver goods immediately after purchasing the contract, which reduces the backlog significantly. You know, the backlog of goods and accelerating capital turnover. It reduces the cost of their loans because a lot of these wholesalers have to borrow money from banks, and so they can immediately make profit. And so due to the lower cost and higher relative margins, wholesalers are definitely willing to acquire those contracts at just 1% higher. So that's where you make that profit. So the customer, which is you, if you take part in the program, can purchase the contract again for 1,000 RYZE tokens. And so with the short maturity date, then you can make a profit of an additional 10 tokens quickly. So that's why I love this program so much, because it's quick turnaround. This, you know, there's no guarantee of how quick it's going to be, but everything that I've seen so far, we're selling we are seeing contracts selling at 4, maybe 5 times per week. So how does RYZE do this? Well, they use artificial intelligence. I'm sure you've heard that term, AI. Well, as you know, AI is the core of the intelligent futures trading platform. It uses big data, cloud computing, and this artificial intelligence to complete the trading process. And so it optimizes the leading algorithms of futures trading, and it avoids trading errors and implements trading automation and intelligence. And that's another key thing here, is the automation. You're not having to sit at your computer all day long and trade these futures contracts. You can set it up to be to trade automatically for you. So that is another great thing about this. So the internal and external asset management platform, it's composed of a database with automatic modeling, data collection, and some of these words may be, you know, some of you may not understand that, but basically it's just using the latest technology to make this doable for the masses, for more people. So you don't have to completely understand the futures market, the trading market, the commodities market. You don't have to completely understand that to be able to take part in this program. It's doing all of this for you in the background. So that's what makes it so exciting. Okay, so as the mediator, RYZE is the kind of the mediator between the manufacturers and the wholesalers. So it eliminates those unnecessary hassles with futures trading and to secure the transactions with ease and convenience for you. And that's, potentially ensuring stable commodity prices. And so here's kind of a breakdown, as you can see in this slide right here. So the trader purchases the contract with 1,000 RYZE tokens, and then RYZE purchases those contracts from the manufacturer, and then they sell those contracts to the wholesaler who needs the commodity. And when the wholesaler purchases it at 1% higher than what the trader paid for it, that profit is 10 additional RYZE tokens. And so the features of this trading platform, again, if you look at globally, just the futures trading exceeds about 2.5 billion contracts. And if you think about 5,000 US dollars, if that were just 5,000 US dollars, that would be a $12 trillion per year industry. So that's just averaging about $1 trillion US dollars per month. And so with RYZE and the artificial intelligent bot, it's able to purchase and trade at a high velocity. And so they're able to control more orders because of that in the marketplace, and that potentially ensures more stable profits for you. Okay, so what is our aim? What is RYZE here to do? Well, we want to become the world's largest blockchain intelligent futures platform, which is why they came to NASGO. I mean, everyone on here, I'm sure, is very familiar with NASGO and what they're doing. I mean, they are, to me, one of the top blockchain platforms out there. They're all about utilization. They didn't do any kind of, NASGO didn't do any kind of ICO or anything like that. They, the founders of, excuse me, the founders of NASGO put in their own money and built this blockchain platform. And we have so many companies coming to launch on the NASGO platform, and RYZE is one of them. And so this platform is without borders, currency, or qualification restrictions. And so that's what makes it great, is because the masses can participate. So they want to become the first brand for the public to help enhance profitability and your quality of life. And they want to do it by providing non-traditional, innovative, and even multi-entertainment industry futures. And so that's exciting. It's not just one commodity. Right now it is, but in the future there potentially could be a lot more commodities coming on board. So again, the features of the RYZE trading platform, they're committed to providing different futures commodities than what I mentioned, those top 9 of the world's most traded commodities. It's very tough to make any profit in those because the big institutional investors really control the market. And so once I announce to you what we have, I think you're going to be very excited, because it's not the traditional commodities or futures that you know. And so, again, it's committed to providing different futures from commodities markets from the mass market and improving potentially stable profits. And so it's an open platform. It's going to add new categories, and pan-entertainment products are going to be added. And so again, it's going to provide stable liquidity flow and profit for manufacturers, wholesalers, where traders can buy these contracts at affordable prices. That's the key, is making it affordable for the masses. And that's what RYZE is currently doing. And so that helps to contribute to an improved quality of life for the masses, for the general public. So what commodity does RYZE offer? Well, RYZE is offering cannabis. Now, some of you may have heard of cannabis, maybe some of you haven't, but cannabis is probably the hottest commodity in the world right now. Now it's growing by leaps and bounds, just exponential growth. It's a new high demand cash crop. It's comparable to the tobacco industry from 100 years ago. If you look at the tobacco industry of what it's done. I mean, look at this graph here. You look at all the other things, Alibaba, Tencent, I mean, China's banks. I mean, it's just some of the top banks in the world. All of those combined don't even equal the tobacco industry. And so if you look at the global sales of the tobacco industry, it generates about 500 billion US dollars, and that's globally, and a profit of 300 billion. So it's pretty amazing what the tobacco industry is doing. And we think the cannabis industry is going to be much larger than that. So that's how potentially big the cannabis industry is. And so if you currently, it's now become legal in US and Canada, and we're seeing other countries around the world starting to legalize medical research or medicinal use of cannabis. So it is only going to get better and create a higher demand. The more more countries that legalize cannabis, the much higher demand there's going to be for it. So we think there will be years and years to come just on this one commodity alone. So even Thailand has become the first Southeast Asian country to legalize cannabis for medicinal use and research. So as you can see, there's just so much news and everything coming out, more and more stuff coming out every day. So what is cannabis? Well, that's the scientific name. Some people may know marijuana. It's the hemp plant it's originated in India, Iraq, the Himalayas, Siberia, China. So it's been used for thousands of years for various forms of medicinal, etiquette, entertainment purposes. So there's lots of uses, but if you look at this slide here, these are just some of the medicinal uses. And if you look at this one right here, inhibits the growth of cancer. That right there is huge. Improves sleep quality, reduces inflammation. And there's just so many different cannabis. What are these called? Forget the technical term, but look at all of them. Each one of them have their own ability to lowers blood sugar levels. Again, reduces inflammation, helps the immune system. There's just so many things. Pain. Anytime you have pain, there's inflammation in that area. So there's so many uses for this, and so many people that are able to use it right now for medicinal purposes are noticing huge benefits. So it's only going to grow. So we're looking at the market prospect of cannabis. And again, with legalizing going on here in the US and Canada and other countries, the opportunity for everyone to take part in the RYZE program is only going to get better as more and more countries come on board with cannabis. And look at some of the Newsweek is a huge magazine. National Geographic, I mean, look how much media attention the cannabis industry is getting. It's Time magazine. Look at all these. I mean, there's so much news coming out about cannabis, and it's only positive. It used to have this negative stigma with it, but more and more people are realizing the health benefits from it. And you're not having to smoke it. You're not having to smoke marijuana. You can take it in capsule form. I'll show you that in just a minute. You can use it in a cream. You don't have to get the benefits. You can use other alternatives if someone doesn't want to smoke. And so here are some of the major corporations in the US that are a part of the cannabis industry. And then if you look at more corporations, the major corporations, and I mean, look at this in 2018, the U.S. reached almost $1 billion. And look at 2019, they're projected to basically triple that, 300%. They're thinking it's going to go to 2.8 billion. I bet it actually goes higher than that. I think that's a conservative guesstimate. Now, here are some of the different forms of cannabis. They have droppers. They have capsule form. They have creams like a salve that you can rub on your knee pain, or they have lotions and face creams. They have it in chocolate. They have, there's so many different uses for it. So if this is actually right here on this slide, this is the oldest cannabis plantation, which is in California. No wonder people in California are so happy. Okay, everyone. So this is an introduction to the RYZE Smart Futures trading platform. Hopefully you have a better understanding of what RYZE is all about. Now, I would like to show you how you can actually profit. I'm going to go through a little bit of the marketing plan, how you can profit from trading in this platform and potentially sharing it with others. So let me share a different part of my screen so we can see the marketing. Okay, here we go. I believe that everyone should be able to see this is the marketing plan. We're going to get into how you can profit, how you can change your life, have a much better lifestyle using this program. So let's talk about the 6 rewards of the RYZE trading platform. Okay, so the first one that I talked about earlier was you purchasing a contract for 1,000 RYZE tokens and then turning around and selling that contract to a wholesaler. Wholesaler buys it and you make a 1% profit. So in a perfect world, this hasn't happened, but it's saying 10 to 30%. Well, if your contract sold every single day for 30 days, then that potentially could be 30% profit. So, we're seeing maybe 4 to 5 times per week. So you can do the math there on potentially the profit that you can make just in the sell of your contracts. Now, what happens if you really like this program and you have some other friends or family members that you think would like to take part in this program? Well, you can refer people to this program, and if they say, yes, I want to take part in this program as well, they can exchange their NSG tokens for RYZE tokens, and they can buy a contract. If you referred that person, you will get 0.1 of a RYZE token. So 0.1 is basically 10% of a RYZE token every time one of their contracts sells. So that would be what's called a broker bonus. Now, if you happen to refer 10 people to this program and they each bought a contract, then you become what's known as a consultant, and you would make an additional 0.1 of a RYZE token, or 10%, a tenth of a RYZE token. So at that point, with the broker bonus and the consultant bonus, you would make 0.2 of a RYZE token. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but with what I'm going to show you, you will quickly see how that can turn into quite a bit very quickly. And so there are different levels in the RYZE program. You join and you're a customer. If you refer one person to the program, you become what's called a broker, and that's how you get that broker bonus once they have a contract that's purchased. And then once you have referred 10 different people to the program, you will become a consultant, and that's when you start getting the consultant bonus. So you'll be getting the broker and consultant bonuses every time their contracts sell. Now, if you want to go past consultant, it's all based on volume, and I'll get into that in just a minute, but the next rank would be called Ruby. The next would be called Sapphire, and the next one would be called Diamond. So when you see this Diamond Consultant Director rewards, I'll get into that in a minute. And then they also have some high-end lifestyle and travel rewards once you hit the rank of Diamond, and then Director Style Living rewards. So there's lots of things coming. This company is only a couple of months old, and so all these 3 here are only going to get better as we grow. So it's really exciting to see. It's so exciting to be a part of this program as they have launched. And I've never been a part of a program that has run so smoothly right out of the gate. The creators of RYZE have telling you, they know what they're doing. This program has run so smooth for the past couple of months. So again, it takes 1,000 RYZE tokens to purchase a futures contract. So the daily wholesalers and distributors will purchase the existing contracts based on the market demand, and the wholesaler will purchase it at a 1% higher price. And then that's where you can make that 1% profit. And the wholesalers are going to potentially mark it up 30, 40, 50% to corporations or to retailers. And so the consultant will be rewarded the 0.10 of RYZE, which is a broker fee. Again, a consultant happens after you've referred 10, so you're considered a broker if you refer 1 through 9 people. But once you've referred 10 people, then you'll become a consultant. But you will always get that broker fee once you refer at least one person. And then once you've referred 10 people, you become a consultant. Now, this 0.10% of a RYZE token will pay you up to 5 levels deep. And I'll kind of get into that in a minute. And then a qualified consultant obviously is someone who has referred 10 people, and you get that additional consultant bonus like I mentioned earlier. So that would be 0.2 with the broker bonus and the consultant bonus. And that as well is paid up to 5 levels deep. And again, I'll get into that in just a second. So consultant qualification. Each week, this program will look into your whole organization. If there have been 50 contracts sold in your group, then, and you have referred at least 10, as you see here in number 2, 10 direct referral customers that all have completed at least one contract sale, and you have a total of 50. And you may think, okay, well, if I've referred 10 and they each bought one contract, that would only be 10,000. That wouldn't be 50,000. Well, but if that happens 5 times in 1 week, because this is all, the 50,000 is based on each week. So if those 10 people had one contract and it sold 5 times, there's your 50,000, and you would be considered a qualified consultant. And so you can see there every Monday at 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or Los Angeles time is when they will tally all your volume up and see what level you have achieved that week. So I'm going to go over a scenario here. So let's look at, I told you that it will pay you up to 5 levels deep if you refer anyone. And this is not something you have to do. You can just take part in the trading platform and buy a contract. But if you know other people that would like to take part in this program, you can share that with them. And so this is what we're talking about if you choose to share this with your friends and family, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Everybody loves to change their life financially, I would think, for the better. So level 1. So in this scenario, let's say you referred 10 people. You would get that broker and consultant bonus of 0.1 and then 0.1. So that would be, actually, this should be 0.2 because it would be the broker and consultant bonus once you've referred 10. Now, let's say that these 10 people that you referred, each referred 5 people. Well, 10 people referring 5 people would equal 50 people in your group, which that would be on your second level. And you would be paid every time one of those contracts sold, one of those 50 contracts sold. If you were a consultant, if you were a qualified consultant, you would be getting 0.2, 0.1 of the broker bonus and 0.1 of the consultant bonus. So that'd be 0.2 of a RYZE token. So now let's say it was level 3. Let's say these 50 people each referred 4 people. So everybody's doing just a little bit less. So you referred 10, those 10 people referred 5 people each, which would mean 50 people would be on your level 2. And then let's say those 50 people each referred 4 people. 50 times 4 would be 200 people in your organization on your third level. So you have 10 people that you've referred on your first level, 50. Now, again, this is just a scenario. This isn't what you have to do. Some people may refer 100 people. Some people may refer one person. We're just saying if you referred 10 people and if they each referred 5, and if those 50 each referred 4, hopefully you're following me. This is just a scenario. This is not something that is required of you. We're just showing you what could potentially happen for you. So again, let's say these 50 people each referred 4. That would be 200 people on your third level. You can do the math of what that would turn into. And then let's say those 200 people each referred 3. You would now have 600 people on your fourth level. And again, you can do the math there and see what that would turn into. And then let's say these 600 people each just referred 2 people. Well, 600 times 2 would be 1,200 people. So if you do the math, that whole total right there is a little over 2,000 people, 2,000 contracts sold times 4 to 5 times per week. So then you can do the math. So this could potentially be in one day, 412 RYZE tokens in one day, every time those 2,000 contracts sold. So 412 RYZE tokens, if they're equivalent to the NSG token, you can see what NSG is worth. So you can do the math there. I mean, this is very significant, not overnight, but over time, what this could turn into, because you may not know, you may just know the 10 people that you referred. They're going to share this with their friends, family, coworkers, associates, whatever. And so these 50 people, you might not know any of them. So that's the nice thing about this program, is this is not something you're required to do. This is just if you want to, on top of the profit of the sale of your contracts. So here's a second scenario. Now, it would be a perfect world scenario. This is what you wish would happen. I mean, some people may make this happen. We'll see. But again, if you referred 10 and they each referred 10, then there would be 100 people on your second level. And if those 100 people each referred 10 people, there'd be 1,000 people on your third level. If they each referred 10 people, there'd be 10,000 people on your fourth level. If those 10,000 people each referred 10 people, that'd be 100,000 people on your fifth level. If you do the math, that's 111,110 people in your organization selling contract, purchasing a contract. And once those are sold, you can see how many broker bonuses and consultant bonuses you would be receiving daily. I mean, it's not every day, but every time those contracts sell. So this could happen 3, 4, 5 times per week. So potentially it could. There's no guarantees on when these contracts are selling, but based on what we've seen so far, it's been very exciting. So I hope you can kind of see, this could turn into significant profit for you with these RYZE tokens. So I mentioned the different levels earlier. Consultant, what does it take to be a consultant? Refer 10 people that have each purchased a contract and have 50,000 in volume, which one contract is 1,000 RYZE tokens. So if 50 contracts were sold in your organization that week, that would create 50,000. And so in order to advance to Ruby, you would need, again, you would had to have at least referred 10 people personally, direct referrals. Now, these ranks are going to be based on 3 levels in your organization. You're going to get paid through 5 levels in your organization as far as volume goes. But to hit these ranks, this is going to be based on your first 3 levels. And so to be able to advance to the rank of Ruby consultant, the platform is going to look through 3 levels in your organization and see if there has been 100,000 in RYZE tokens. So that would be that would be a 100 contracts sold in your group in 1 week. It's not just yours, but yours and everyone else's. If there were 100 contracts sold that week, that would create 100,000. And you would need that to happen for 2 consecutive weeks in order to be considered a Ruby consultant. And then the next is Sapphire. Now you can imagine the profit that you're making at this point, because it's basically doubling in volume from consultant to Ruby consultant. And then from Ruby to Sapphire, again, it's going to look through 3 levels in your organization, and it's going to see if 400 contracts have been sold in your organization through 3 levels. And if it has, you would be in qualification for Sapphire. It would have to happen for 3 consecutive weeks. And if it happens for 3 consecutive weeks, congratulations, you're a new Sapphire consultant, which we have quite a few. I think we have so far in this program, just in the first couple of months, I think we have about 150 Ruby consultants. We have about 50 Sapphire consultants in 2 months. And I think we have about 23 Diamond consultants just in 2 months. Okay, so how do you hit the Diamond consultant level? Well, it's gonna the platform's gonna look into your organization through 3 levels deep, and if there have been 1,000 contracts sold in your organization in 3 levels for 4 consecutive weeks, that's 1,000 contracts in week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. If you do that for 4 consecutive weeks, congratulations, you are a new Diamond consultant. And when you hit the rank of Diamond consultant, you will start getting an additional, what's called a global, if you see at the bottom here, you get to take part in the global transaction dividend. And from what I'm hearing, this is significantly increase in RYZE tokens that people are receiving. So this is huge. You definitely, I mean, if you think you want to take part in this program just to be a trader and make your 1% profit, that's great. But if you know any other people that you think would be excited to take part in this program, definitely want to share this with them, because this is one of the most exciting things I've seen. It's so much fun to watch, people. And matter of fact, I'm excited now to introduce to you some of those people. So this is the end of the marketing platform. Hopefully you've learned something. I hope I didn't speak too quickly. I'm trying to keep this this whole Zoom meeting at 1 hour, because time is our most precious commodity. And I didn't want you to just hear from me. I wanted you to be able to hear from some of the leaders, some of the people that have been a part of this program just for a couple of months now, and to hear what it has, how it's changed their life, what it's done for them. And so I want to bring on a few people, and let me see, hang on, let me go to the participants. So how about, see, where is Juha? Juha, are you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm here.
Awesome. Well, I would love for you to just share with everyone a little bit about you, where you're from, how long you've been involved with RYZE, and what do you think about the program so far? So take it away.
Well, first of all, that was a great presentation I ever heard.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You was going really smooth and very slow, okay, so everybody can understand your presentation. Great.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, hello, RYZE family. My name is Juha Shin, and I am the founding delegate of NASGO, and also I'm a RYZE Diamond consultant.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Well, before I go more further, I would like to thank, David and Steve Chang, brought to us this, awesome opportunity. Okay, thank you so much. And also, I thank to all my leaders in Korea and in America, where they're in basically almost everywhere around the country. Okay, and they're working so hard, and already I have close to, I think, 5 diamond in my team. Okay.
Wow.
And also, I believe I have probably 15 sapphire in my team also. So pretty soon they're going to be a diamond. And you know, I'm congratulations to all those people. Okay, yes. And right now I started it probably a little over 2 months. And guess what? Oh, this is awesome. Okay, yes. I'm at an average trading day, about 60 days. 60 days, it went through like probably 40 trading day, 40. That is, I guess, about around 17% I was earning. Okay, that was about 17%. So we don't want to just look at the few transactions. Okay, we want to look at overall within 1 month, and we want to calculate, you know, how many trading it went through and how many percent we earned that month. Okay, yes. And then we have a great program here. If you don't like it, you can always get out. Okay, you can always cash out if you want to. You know, all you have to do is stop the the trading, stop the auto trading, and then you're gonna get your 1,000 NSG. Oh, that's unbelievable. Where can you have that kind of a program from other opportunity? This is amazing. Okay, yes. And so overall, all my people in America, in Korea, China, Vietnam, Japan, you name it, they're very, very happy with the RYZE. And this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. I heard, you know, we have a lot exciting news coming out soon. So we can able to make a double or a triple. Okay, wow. So exciting. So people keep it up. And also I would like to give you some advice. Okay, what kind of advice you want to get? You want to become a diamond as soon as you can, because right now appreciation is pretty much low. So you can able to become a diamond quickly. Okay, but pretty soon, what happens if the NSG price goes up to $1, $2, $3? Then per contract, it's going to be very, very expensive. Okay, and then you know, it's very hard. So while you can try hard to become a diamond right now. Okay, yes. All right, so that is all for all of my English people here. Then I would like to say say hi to Korean people, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it. Yes.
You know what? I forgot about something. Before I going into the Korean language, okay? Yeah, let me introduce to you the first diamond in my team in America. That is Anna Peters. Are you there, Anna? Congratulations for your diamond. I guess
that's Edna.
Yeah, right now, yeah, she is bringing so many people to this RYZE, and she's doing great. She's working so hard, and she's so happy, and all her people is happy. Okay, yes. Now, I'd like to talk to my Korean people. Okay, I want to appreciate all my Korean people, and I would like to explain to them quickly about the this RYZE video. I just made a translation today. Okay, so they can understand what that the video, the RYZE video is all about. Okay. 안녕하십니까? 저 신주하 미국에서 인사드립니다. 지금 RYZE가 런칭한 지 벌써 2달이 넘었죠. 그리고 오늘 첫 번째 웨비나가 시작이 되었고요. 아마 매주 웨비나를 갖다가 이어가게 될 것입니다. 저는 우선 저희들에게 RYZE 플랫폼을 통해서 많은 수익을 낼 수 있도록 RYZE를 만들어 주신 이 데이비드 월든, 스티브 챙에게 진심으로 감사를 드리고요. 그리고 또한 열심히 RYZE를 프로모팅 해주신 한국의 많은 리더분들 그리고 회원님들께 감사드립니다. 벌써 한국에서 두 분이 다이아몬드가 되셨습니다. 예, 그리고 사파이어도 뭐 여러 명이 되는 걸로 알고 있고요. 예, 그리고 이번에 다이아몬드 되신 분들 진심으로 축하드리고요. 그리고 그분들을 밝히자면은 제임스 황 사장님하고 비비안 리 사장님이 되겠습니다. 예, 다시 한번 축하드리겠습니다. 예, 그리고 이번에 그 비디오, RYZE 비디오 나왔죠? 예, 그걸 갖다가 제가 간단하게 이제 번역을 했는데 여러분들에게 그 번역한 거를 설명을 잠깐 드리겠습니다. 물품 거래, 지금 RYZE에서 우리가 하는 이 물품 거래죠? 예, 거래는 17세기부터 물물 교환으로 시작이 됐고요. 그리고 이것들은 상품과 금융 두 분류로 크게 나누어지고 그리고 특히 상품으로는 농업, 금광, 에너지로 나눌 수가 있죠. 그 중에서 제일 많이 거래가 이루어지는 것은 석유, 가스, 천연가스죠. 예, 그리고 옥수수, 은, 금, 뭐 커피, 뭐 이런 것들이겠죠. 예, 물품 거래 과정은 비용의 안정과 생산 비용을 관리하는 것이고 현재 많은 사람들이 물품 거래를 잘못된 중간 유통과 중개업자를 통해서 많은 비용 손실과 비효율적 방식으로 위험한 거래를 하고 있습니다. 예, 그래서 현재 세계 마켓에서 여러 가지의 문제가 일어나고 있지만 RYZE는 이 문제들의 해결책으로 인공지능의 혁신 자동거래 플랫폼으로 만들어졌습니다. 네, 그래서 제3자의 혁신 플랫폼으로 RYZE는 모든 생산자와 유통업체의 해결책이 될 것입니다. 그리고 인공지능 플랫폼 거래소는 RYZE 이 빅데이터를 통해서 클라우드 컴퓨터를 통해서 그리고 이 인공지능 artificial intelligence 로봇 이 트레이딩을 통해서 사용해서 상호 거래가 이루어질 것입니다. 예, 그리고 최적화된 알고리즘의 거래소로 거래 에러를 우리가 피하고 그 다음에 권한 부여를 할 것입니다. 그리고 RYZE의 인공지능 시스템이 적당한 물품 거래 계약을 마켓에서 찾아서 좋은 상호 계약을 함으로써 큰 수익이 발생할 것입니다. RYZE 거래소는 안정과 편리함을 추구하며 안정된 가격을 제공하겠죠. 그리고 처음으로 거래소에 입문하신 모든 분들의 불편함을 우리 RYZE는 줄이고자 많은 노력을 하고 있습니다. 그리고 RYZE는 합법적인 이 대마초 거래와 연결이 되어 있으며 미국, 캐나다 또 여러 이 아시안 칸트리의 수요를 우리가 맞추고 있고요. 그 다음에 의료용 대마초의 좋은 시선들이 세계 곳곳에서 갖게 되면서 여러 업체에서는 생산, 배송, 판매, 과세 등 200%의 연간 성장을 하고 있다 말씀드릴 수 있습니다. 그리고 전문가들에 의하면 대마초 의료용 사용에 의하여 대마초의 경쟁 공급과 수요 등 모든 사용 금액이 2019년에 200억 달러가 넘을 것이라고 지금 추정하고 있고요. 그 다음에 10년 후에는 1000억 달러가 넘을 것이다. 예. 그리고 오늘 RYZE를 시작하기 좋은 기회이니까 지금 당장 시작을 하십시오, 여러분. 그리고 RYZE의 플랫폼은 모든 지역과 통화와 참가자 제한 없이 할 수 있는 물품 거래 사업입니다. 그리고 우리 RYZE는 가장 큰 의약용과 이 산업용 대마초 거래소이기도 하고요. 여러분 다시 한번 여러분들 응원과 노력에 감사드리겠습니다. 신주하 인사 다시 한번 드리겠습니다. 감사합니다. Yes, that's all. Thank you so much for your patience. I have to go through the, how RYZE is working. I have to explain to them a little bit, okay? Yeah, thank you so much. And this RYZE is awesome. All right, let's fighting.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Juha. That was great. Loved it. Well, the first part of it that I could understand, I loved.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for taking time to hop on, and thank you for all your hard work. You're doing an awesome job. Keep it up. We're so happy for you and all your team.
Oh, thank you very much.
Okay, so I noticed I'm going to bring a couple more people on, but before I do, I noticed in some of the chat that people were saying that BitForex is not supporting China. That's just an exchange announcement to the government issue. So when they download the VPN app on their phone, they still can have access to BitForex. So just need to download the VPN on your phone so you can still have access to BitForex. So that's all that is. But that brings up another great point. One of the announcements that I wanted to make was pretty soon you will be able to have other exchanges that you can exchange your NSG on. So other than just BitForex, which that's going to be very, very exciting when we can announce that. So stay tuned for that. It's not just going to be BitForex anymore. So that'll be a lot of fun and be very exciting when that news launches. Okay, so thank you very much again, Juha. So I wanted to bring on, let's see, is Manish, are you on here? Let's see. Wanted to bring on Manish if he's on here. It looks like he is, but okay. Well, maybe he'll come on in a minute. Let's go to, what about Cecilia? Is Cecilia on?
Call me.
Cecilia on here?
Let me see. How to better.
Okay, well.
Yes.
Oh, yes, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, would you mind just kind of sharing your story a little bit? Just tell us who you are, where you're from, and how long you've been a part of the RYZE platform.
Oh, thank you. I'm from China, so I live in US. Thank you for your sharing the awesome presentation. Let people to understanding what's the RYZE. I have been RYZE for 2 or 3 months. It's an awesome investment. So I like to share to people and then teach people how to invest the RYZE. So it's kind of easy, and then but a lot of people it's kind of don't understand at the first time. But if we give them training, they understand and they would like to invest the money for the RYZE. I have a small team in US and in China, so my team doing great. We have 2 diamonds in our team.
Wow, that's amazing! Congratulations.
Thank you. So we are still building the team and share to more people. It's very good investment for RYZE. So it's kind of a simple, easy, but it's harder to let people to understanding at the beginning. So we create a group online and teach them how to understand what's the blockchain, what's the NASGO, what's the RYZE. Yes, thank you. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cecilia. That's great. Love that you're having fun with it and growing such a huge team. You said a small team, but if you have 2 diamonds, then that's not that small. You're doing very well, and we're so happy for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let me see if we'll bring one more person on if if he's available to chat. I was going to bring on maybe Manish and have him. He's very exciting. I wanted to bring him on, but I'm not seeing that. Looks
Hello.
like Manish.
Yeah, hi, David.
Awesome. So if you would just, just share your story. Tell everyone, where you're from, a little bit about you and your team, and what you like about RYZE.
Yeah, I'm from Hong Kong. Every guy, I say hello, RYZE. It is amazing platform. In the Vietnam, every guys we see that they love RYZE. In within this 2 months, many people they asking what is RYZE? RYZE, how can I get the profit from RYZE? But in this 2 months, every guys they get the results from the RYZE. They getting the NSG and getting the money and getting the profit, and they love it. So in the China, it's now about 10 o'clock a.m. Every in different city, they wake up and make the contract of the RYZE. It's so I don't know how to say. They love it. So in the future, I want to see all the guys in the Ruby Fly in coming June or July, August something. I will share more about my experience about the RYZE, because we sharing the RYZE before, we need to share about the NASGO ecosystem, because in nowadays many blockchain system in China, they don't know what is the value of the blockchain, but they know NASGO is the best investment in China right now. So they know about the NASGO ecosystem. So they love it. They know NSG will be very worth in the future. So they need to have more NSG. They need to have the platform to earn more. So the RYZE platform is the good option for you. So because the time is it's a bit busy, I need to go to the railway right now. So every guys, they go to diamond as soon as possible, because in the future, you want to have the achieve the diamond is more harder, because you know the NSG, the price is appreciate to rise every day. So in the future, in the new guys, they need to have the investment. So they need to put more cost of the contract. So now today is 0.75. So get more people to the RYZE and let them to have the profit and go to diamond as soon as possible. So my share is yeah. So that's it.
Awesome.
Thank you, David.
Hey,
Yeah.
Manish, thank you very much. That was great. I always love hearing you talk. You have such enthusiasm in your voice. Everyone gets excited when they hear you speak. So thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on your success. We are so happy for the success that you and your team are having.
Yo, thank you, David. Thank you, NASGO Nation.
Yes.
Bye.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're at just a little bit over an hour. I was kind of hoping to keep this within 1 hour, but too many exciting things to share with you. So speaking of exciting things, we have an announcement coming in May. So you want to make sure that you are a part of this program. If you're not a part of this program, you're going to want to make sure that you are a part of this program before May. So I would say get started ASAP if you like what you've seen tonight and you're excited about it. Get started and be watching, because in May we're going to have some announcement that everyone on here that's already a part of RYZE is going to be super excited about. I can't wait to share that exciting announcement with you. And I'm going to be doing more webinars and meetings like this. So, you know, if you have people that you wanted to get on here tonight, but they couldn't make it, it was kind of a short notice. We wanted to just go ahead and get one out, and then we're going to start trying to do these more often and try to get some other leaders to do host some of these as well. So it's not always just me. You're not always having to hear me, but you can hear some of the other leaders that are succeeding with this program, with this platform. So just wanted to announce that again. Thank you very much, everyone. We're so excited for everyone that's taking part of this program. You know, this just launched a little over 2 months ago, and the success that we're having, great, just steady growth. And I think that it's only going to just take off like a rocket one of these days. And so we're so happy that for everyone that's involved, and just keep doing what you're doing. Share it, go out and share this with everyone that you think would like to take part in it, because who wouldn't like to grow their NSG balance, their RYZE token balance, and then their NSG balance as well at the same time. So that's the one thing that I didn't mention that's super exciting about this. So if you're using the trading platform and you're earning these RYZE tokens, all the while, the NSG token can be going up in value. So as you know, it's an exchange 1 for 1. So the more RYZE tokens you have, when you go to exchange those for NSG's token, if the NSG token has gone up in value, then that's like twice the increase for you. So think about it. You know, you're gaining more RYZE tokens, but then NSG, its value is going up at the same time. So that's like a double whammy for you, a double a double positive for you. So that's an exciting thing as well. So anyway, folks, thank you once again for taking time to hop on here. Again, we're going to be doing more of these webinars to introduce more people to the platform, and we're excited for everyone that's already a part of this. We will see you soon, and remember, together we rise as one. Thanks, everyone.